Hey, this is Steve from Sparky's Garage. Today we're working on my 1998 Harley Electraglide Standard. We're going to replace the stock starter that's been in this bike its whole life. I think one reason it went out is either the brushes went bad or the solenoid bad, or it could be just it has too much compression in the motor. Stock motor is an 8.5 to 1 compression ratio. This motor that's in the bike now is a 10.5 to 1. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade it and replace it with the Accel Ultra Torque High Performance Starter. Should be fairly easy, so let's get started. Alright, here's my starter. You can see all my lovely hammer marks from me tapping on here. I tapped it up right there. We'll go ahead and disconnect the battery power wire. Alright, so now we got both bolts undone, we have the power wire done, we have the wire to the solenoid done. So the next thing we have to do is go on the other side and drain the oil and take the primary cover off. You take the primary cover off to get to the jack shaft, and there's a bolt that's holding this starter in place. Once we undo that, we can take the starter and slide it right out. Alright. Got the bike jacked up. I'm going to go ahead and drain the primary cover. A little drain plug down here. I'm going to go ahead and take all the outer bolts off. Alright, one thing I forgot to do is I forgot to take the running board off. So there is 2 screws to hold this bracket on right here. And there's one big one on the back side of the bracket right here. And get this off. Alright, so get a little flat blade screwdriver and a hammer. Just bend this cap away from the head. Clean, check everything. Alright, now should be able to go on this side, pull the starter out. Get the thing out. So there is the stock starter. This thing is seeing some stuff. Alright. Now, let's reverse the steps. We'll get the new starter, slide it in, put the collar on, put the jack shaft bolt and the gear, and gasket back on, primary cover on. So, let's roll. Alright, we're on the clutch side, so you want to make sure you have spring in, push this little spacer inside, spring goes in there, and you got your little gear here. So what it does is when it gets ready to start, it's going to basically push the jack shaft out, and it's going to kick it over for you. So go ahead and put our bolt together. I'm going to get a screwdriver. I'm going to basically stick a screwdriver right here on the gear side just to hold it in place, and then I'll snug it down. Once you snug it down, it's fine. And you got this little tab you got to bend over, and that basically just keeps it in place. Alright, you can see it's all back together. Tab is bent over. This is a good time to check your chain, make sure there's no slack in it. Mine's all good. I know the clutch is good. I just did all that stuff. So next, we're gonna go ahead and attach all the wires to the starter. And then basically I'm just gonna hit the key real quick just to make sure that the shaft basically gets pushed out to the clutch here, clutch pack on the flywheel. and start it. So let's get those wires hooked up. All right, we got everything back together. We're gonna go ahead and turn the key on to ignition, start. We're just gonna see if it pops out. Perfect. So we'll try it one more time. Yeah, we're golden. Time to put the cover back on, and then we'll go ahead and fill it up with some oil and fire it off. All right, got our cover back on. We're gonna go ahead and pop the inspection cover off, and then we're gonna go ahead and fill it with the factory Harley transmission and primary chain lube. That's what's in this bike, its whole life. So nothing's better than factory. Alright, that concludes our install of our Accel high torque starter. We replaced our old stock one here because this one just took a crap. Anyways, I hope you enjoy this. Make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button, and there'll be more videos to come since now it is not winter and we're not stuck inside and it's not freezing cold. So I hope you enjoyed. See you later.